idzie. Dawaj, gambaty. Idzie, nice.
Levan just showed the difference between strongman and arm wrestling. Guys, as some of us seen, Levan has just recently traveled to Japan. And of course, wherever Levan goes, there's always some arm wrestling for us to see. And there has been dropped a couple of videos of Levan pulling with some Japanese pullers. But the puller I most got impressed by watching was a guy who is not even Japanese. And he has posted on his channel his pull with Levan. But firstly, he took on Levan's friend and also Georgia's strongman champion, which is Konstantine Janashia. And this is the part I most got impressed by, because Konstantine weighs around 170 kilo and is above 6'4". And yet, this guy who seems to be around 70 kilos, which is 100 kilos less than Konstantine, just drills him with a style of pulling that really reminded me of Kirigali Garbayos. Just a beautiful posting followed by a top roll. And then, Konstantine calls Levan, and here's where the 70 kilo guy found his stop, since he was rather easy climbing into Konstantine's fingers to crack his wrist back, something that it wouldn't really happen against Levan. But Levan even acknowledges the guy's strength when they're done pulling. And honestly, that pull he had with both Konstantine and Levan was actually pretty interesting for a lot of reasons. But the one that stands out for me is the fact that the size difference didn't really matter when a much smaller arm wrestler was taking on a legit strongman. The guy just cracked Konstantine's wrist like it was a napkin. So that reminded me of people discussing about Brian Shaw coming into arm wrestling. Because, as we know, Brian Shaw is a strongman that has also competed alongside Konstantine. There were people saying that Brian could get beat by smaller arm wrestlers, while some others disagreed. But the fact is, the size is indeed important. But as we saw from that pull, the technique is just as important. You know, the ability to use your body to pull, the ability of climbing into your opponent's fingers, all of that will play a major role on table strength. So, when it comes to strongman arm wrestling, it is only a matter of them figuring that out. But what about you guys? What's your thoughts on that pull that Konstantine and Levan had with that 70 kilo guy? Leave down in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.